1895 to 1923, which was before lacrosse was an official varsity sport for them. Either way, they've played a bunch. They don't like each other. Terps in the all black, and they start with the rock as Luke Weirman wins it. Quinn mentioned at 59% this year. It was plus 60% the last 2 years, and he's won almost 800 faceoffs in his career. It's a Terps team that their coach, John. We mentioned 23, that's Jacob Angelis, their top feeder. One-hand attempt, just sails wide. Russell Melendez was the hero in the regular season meeting last year. 2 goals in the final 4 minutes, including a game winner. That was a barn burner, 12-11 Hopkins win. But overall in this series, Maryland has won 6 of the last 7, including in last year's Big Ten tournament.
Angelis likes this matchup. He's got a short stick on him.
It's Colin Sharkey. 15 to shoot. Angelis trying to shake free.
You got to earn slides against this Maryland defense.
Interesting contrast of styles defensively today. Angelis somehow beats McNaney. And the first goal of the afternoon belongs to the grad student from Chantilly, guy who leads the country in shooting at 53%.
Nice job by Jacob Angelis. The shot clock was winding down, but he kept his presence. Quick turnaround and put the ball up in the corner. I don't know if Mahane saw it, but it was a real nice shot and a way to
coordinator Jesse Bernhardt about that pregame, and he pointed to the fact that during practice they call fouls and make guys run, and also they spend a lot of time technique-wise to clean up their hitting.
It's good coaching.
Count it! 43rd game in a row with a goal. It's already a school record. And now the longest in the country among active players. He was tied with Brennan O'Neill entering the day.
This is a communication breakdown for the Maryland defense as they come together and huddle about it. It's just too simple. They lose their spot.
You know, when you're playing Maryland, you know it's a big game. You don't have to tell them much. Just be prepared. And, you know, there's a fine line between over-preparing and just letting your guys go out and play. So, you know, we try to find that balance, and a lot of times it worked. They know what's going on. It's a player's game.
Terps offense right now struggling, Drew. Nothing going on in terms of winning a matchup on the perimeter.
Not have them grip the sticks too tight, not be too anxious going in. For Peter Milliman, he said, guys are going to know. I mean, you can't keep it a secret. You can't hide from the fact that this game does mean a little extra.
And you feel it all week, you know, not only on practice, but, you know, people just rise to the occasion. This is a big, big game.
Loaded up. And McNaney on the stop. Evans with a good shot.
Can beat you off the dribble. He can beat you to the rack.
Speedy senior from Park City, Utah, 7 and white.
And Hopkins doesn't have blinding dodgers. They rely on picks.
Here's Angelis. He has a short stick matchup against Nick Red. He'll try to take advantage. Turns, shoots, and scores. Angelis again. 3-0 Blue Jays.
Angelis, the quarterback of this offense, really shifty behind the goal. Again, gets upfield, nice turnaround shot, puts it in an excellent location.
Similar to the first goal, Maryland's issue is they're losing their matchup integrity. Zapatello, #1, one of the top.
Already 15 to shoot. Melendez into the side of the net.
Coach Millman going to the 2 midfield rotation early in this game. I think he likes his depth. Oh,
gosh. Big time hit that draws a flag.
Wow. This may draw more than a flag. Let's behave. Control yourselves.
Degnan at the center. It was 40 on 40 with Burlace, the victim.
This has got to be multiple minutes for direct and flagrant contact to the head or neck area. Again, the Big Ten does not have replay review.
Shot missed. Owen Murphy, the former Johns Hopkins Blue Jay.
That's what you want when you play man up. You don't. The man down is going to give you the adjacent pass. You've got to look for that skip pass. So not only the man with the ball, but the man off the ball has got to get into that open lane. Nice look there.
That's a good look. And Maryland's on the board. It's Jack Corus. They take advantage on the man up, and there might be more coming.
Corus is a jack of all trades. Face-off wings. He'll run an offensive shift. The lefty on extra man. He's a midfielder playing down low in that attack slot. Takes the extra step upfield to greatness, with just increased his angle just a tad. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Halfway through that 3-minute non-releasable against Degnan. Another shot, another goal. Daniel Kelly is on the board. And the Terps are within one.
What I love about this play is the assist from 55, Owen Murphy. Little trickeration, little deception, and it just gives the shooter Daniel Kelly that extra second.
And you give him some room and time. He is really, there's that spin move that you talked about. Room and time.
Was in the huddle. He's got his helmet back on now, standing on the sideline. He was the one who got rocked by Degnan. And Maryland is 2 for 3 shooting on this extra man, making 2 for 4 as Chase Irwin takes that one to the body. And Hopkins now clears it. They can kill the... Here's Matt Collison. Big Canadian.
Might have gotten away with a ward there.
Now it's Bauer. Shot clock down to 15. All right, welcome to the cradle of college lacrosse. Every day, but especially today, and we've got ourselves a tie game. Daniel Kelly's second goal for Maryland makes it 3 in a row for the Terrapins, and this is the 127th edition of the Rivalry.
And if you're just joining us, you missed the first quarter filled with penalties. Hopkins with 4 different penalties. It's been kind of a slow down half-field game until that goal. McNaney picks it clean, and Maryland is off to the races. They execute the trailer break with a beautiful cross-field look.
Brandon Aviles forced the turnover. Scott Smith on the pickup. Blue Jays scoreless in the last 8 minutes after they scored the first 3 goals. 2 of them from Jacob Angelis, 1 of them from Garrett Degnan.
Hopkins comes back to that second midfield. They're getting a bunch of runs here early in the game. Depth could prove to be a big factor down the stretch, Quinn.
Oh, what a shot! Brendan Grimes tucks it in. And Hopkins retakes the lead.
That's the 3rd time today that Hopkins has scored on isolation dodges against a shorty from X.
Love how Grimes comes up. He's a big, strong player. I think he catches McNaney a little bit off guard. He's in a great spot.
He beat him to the punch. He really did beat him to hits that we saw in that first quarter.
And they need to be.
Yeah, 4 penalties against Hopkins in the first quarter, including a 3-minute non-releasable against Garrett Degnan. At the first against Maryland. That's really the story of the season for these 2 teams. Hopkins leads the Big Ten in penalties committed. Maryland is the best at avoiding committing them.
16.
There he is, Matt Collison. It's his 4th man-up goal of the season.
Collison, he's tough with the ball. He's tough off the ball. That was a little wrinkle. I haven't seen Hopkins run that play this year. Collison gives the ball up, floats to the inside, kind of nonchalantly, and all of a sudden turns, and what a nice feed from...
Scored the first 3 today.
Nice job by Hopkins that time, recognizing the man back, not going off sides. Maryland runs that 3-3 zone defense. They try to, on the ride, they try to congest the middle third of the field. And a lot of times that'll confuse opponents and they'll go off sides.
Collison again. Degnan way outside. A bomb from Degnan. His second goal today, and it's 3 in a row again for Hopkins.
We want more. Garrett Degnan with an absolute flamethrower on a throwback from Collison. He sets his feet at plus 15 yards. This is PLL 2-point range for sure. And that
Maryland missed the last 8 shots they took in the first half with 6 turnovers in that span. They also missed the first 6 shots they took. No goals and settled 6-on-6. 2 on the extra man after the 3-minute non-releasable penalty on Garrett Degnan, and then 1 in transition. They do get a clean win on the face-off to start the third quarter, though. Feels like Weirman's got to be big for them if they're going to come back.
Exactly. Luke Weirman, Logan McNaney, their goalie. Those 2 guys they have to separate. Tilt this field.
We talked about how Weirman came out in the second half of the Penn State game, really took control and turned that game around. I think really gave the Terps a new lease on life.
Here's Braden Erksa. Quiet first half for the sophomore.
Hopkins defense less slide aggressive on some of these matchups. They've been slower to double team than typically.
Spanos draws the short stick.
They don't want to create offense for this Maryland team that lacks dodgers from the perimeter.
10 to shoot. Syracuse rips and beats Erlen Lowe. Ryan Syracuse, a good start for Maryland here in the third.
Superb possession, patience. Spanos draws the defense. Syracuse with the left-handed step down. Numbers off, you would struggle to identify them. There were similar body types.
And that's not bad for a defense. You know, defense, no glory, just wins.
And they're dialed in to start this third. Backstop by McNaney. It's the same goalie matchup as the 2022 National Championship. There's McDonald, 51, playing offense. Nice job to sweep it to a teammate, Kelly. Maryland keeps possession.
You know, McDonald, he was loaded, ready to shoot that ball. Unfortunately for Maryland, a little off.
Well, it leads to a goal anyway. It's George Stamos, the short stick D-mid, with his third goal of the season.
It was Stamos who bagged the game winner up in the Carrier Dome. A sophomore who wants to go into special forces. This is a situation where Hopkins defense, they just didn't give Maryland the respect in that slow break. This is the second time today this has happened. You got to get in the hole, stop the ball.
Collison on the invert. Again, Red with the matchup. Quick ball movement, ends up with Bauer. Zapatello picks him up.
Good recovery by the defense. They double and recover.
They're on a string right now. Melendez lost it. Terps take it away. Red caused it. Zapatello scooped it and somehow got it back to
Lacrosse field, 60 yards away.
So Maryland a chance to tie. Game of runs so far. Syracuse ran into a wall of white jerseys. Great play by the Blue Jays. Jackson Raposo knocked it over to Scott Smith. And here's Bowden Zulik, a 2-time captain along with Garrett Degnan.
They got a lot of respect for this Terp team.
They might have numbers here if they get underneath.
Maryland's not flashy. Maryland is not explosive. But man, they will fight you for 60 minutes. and they'll play a winning brand of lacrosse so that if you don't play well, they will beat you. They are stubborn.
Casey McDermott. Jimmy Ayers tried to sneak it home, and McDermott wins the backup. Maybe Jonathan Peshko can get the wheels turning. Senior out of Ontario. John Tillman, Maryland's head coach, says, feels like I've been playing against Degnan and Peshko for like 20 years.
Bauer's got a matchup against a short for the first time today.
7 in white. He's at X right now. This is Peshko curling around the top, shoots, scores! And Jonathan Peshko joins the party. Hopkins back in front by 2.
The band plays "We Want More." Peshko presses the middle and gets to the dirt.
You know, 6'4", 200, and you know, a senior player, he's got to be aggressive like he just did. Get to the middle of the field.
One today.
Well, the point there is he made contact on the front side of his torso. That should have called off the push. But you know, these things happen.
Urksa sits for 30 seconds. I mean, it was so chippy at the start. You guys both said that the officials wanted to get the game back under control.
Absolutely.
Angeles, Melendez.
Scary group with Degnan up top, 40 in white.
Yeah, we've seen him drop a bomb from 16 or 17 already.
It's going to stretch you.
Back to even strength. McNaney's got it in his cross with under 90 seconds to...
Manos, now's the time, 7 in black. Eric Molliver, 4 in black. Got to show up. 10. Braden Urksa. Now's the time.
Yeah, we haven't heard from him at all today, aside from when he committed that penalty. Credit 18 in white, Scott Smith. Did a fantastic job with that assignment.
Molliver's got a shorty now. This is an opportunity.
A 7-second difference, shot clock and game clock. The senior from Atlanta, Eric Molliver. Now Eric Spanos. 5 on the timer. Still nothing doing.
They're going to put it in the corner. No, nice fake on that. That's a nice little fake. It looked like he was going to roll into the corner, and then he went to the goal. Hopkins coming back with that third unit.
6.4 left in the third. Ryan Evans runs it across midfield, and Hopkins will take a 2-goal lead to the 4th.
Score is better now than it was back then.
I wish that too.
Here come the Jays to start the 4th quarter. A clean face-off win for Logan Callahan.
It's big.
Maryland's got the edge, 9-6 for the day.
Tone setter for the 4th quarter.
Maryland has won, especially in the midfield.
Coach, you mentioned this week when we were talking about their score by quarter and how strong it is in the 4th quarter. As an example of when that depth shows up.
Well, in the 4th quarter, Maryland is +10, Hopkins +18. But today, the defense has really made it tough to get a goal, both sides.
This guy's been the difference in the last couple games. Collison went to his right hand. McNaney makes the save.
Here we go.
And he connects on the pass to Eric Kohler. Can the Terps generate something on the break? Urksa, Stamos, back to Urksa. Good recovery from Hopkins and Bowden Zulik. Man, he's a captain for a reason. He just extinguished that chance basically on his own.
Buttoned up transition defense. A gorgeous outlet from Logan McNaney during an Ivy League season that Yale and Cornell are hitting teens every week. Hopkins will milk this. They'll bleed the shot clock down.
Shadows starting to get longer here in Baltimore as we approach 6 o'clock. 30 seconds to shoot.
Field balance is key for Hopkins on any kind of turnover or shot. You've got to get back to the hole.
This is Collison. He's got the clutch gene. But he turns it over.
That's
here.
a bad turnover now, leading to an easy run out with potential trailers.
Burles, after the ground ball pickup, clears it himself.
Hopkins didn't have really good spacing there.
Where does the offense come from?
They've got numbers.
They do,
Yeah.
4 on 3.
Winning the sub game here, Kohler gave it up, got it back, shoots, Erlin turns it aside. A monster save for Chase Erlin.
Daniel Kelly was wide open on the crease. Whenever he was unsure of who may be open, first place you look is inside. He was wide open.
How did Hopkins only have 3 in the hole? It's not been easy. Hopkins comes out in their man-to-man set.
It's the old be quick, don't hurry.
Last 21 minutes, 3 shots and no goals for Maryland.
Good defense that time. Switch on the pick. Good communication.
Bounce back to Kelly, 45 in black, who's got 2 of their 5 goals today. Urksa.
Here's a matchup he can work.
Got the short stick, Joronsky. Got to go under a minute. Into the side of the net. It was Kelly. Shot clock turned off. Joronsky looking for an outlet.
Playing a little keep away.
Peshko
Great
gets it
look
across. Beautiful clear. Looking for the exclamation point. Deans couldn't handle the pass. Just under 30 seconds to play. Maryland needs one in a hurry.
Nice poke check.
Zappitello with the shot. 19.8 seconds left.
Smith was right in his gloves. Never had a chance.
Timeout, Johns Hopkins.
Hopkins got a little over-aggressive there with the 2 goals. Sticks are up in the passing lanes. You're listening for the check call.
Urksa, the trigger man. Around the screen. Draws the short stick, Joronsky. Urksa scanning. 12 seconds left. Up top. Erlin! The game icing save.
They had a great look upfield.
The save and the clear from Chase Erlin. And it's perfection in Big Ten play for Johns Hopkins. A 7-5 grinded-out win over their bitter rivals in the 127th meeting between the Terps and the Blue Jays.
That was a fitting ending. Erlin makes another great save, throws the ball all the way up the field. Good tough win for the Blue Jays.
Number 1 seed in the Big Ten tournament. They got a bye week, as does Maryland. Hopkins a lock. At-large selection in the NCAA tournament, and a win like this will get you a home field game in the first round. And I think it's critical. Hopkins keeps winning. They're going to be somewhere between a 2, 3, or 4 seed in the NCAA tournament. And that looms large in my eyes with Notre Dame and Duke as the 2 titans. You want to avoid them for as long as you